Alright, what's up keyboard nerds? I know that lubing switches is a long-standing practice in this hobby, but I just wanted to present an alternative viewpoint, so I hope you come into this video with a bit of an open mind. I also know that this is a hobby of preference, but I personally think you should try to use stock switches before joining them in lube. After all, we all know that it's a lot easier to apply lube down the line than it is to remove it. So I hope that this video convinces you to try it out. Now, let's get right into it. The first reason is, I feel like not lubing my switches allows me to fully experience the range of experiences that you can have with your switches, both good and bad, and I feel like this helps me to shape my preferences and expand my knowledge on keyboards more. Now when I first got into the hobby, I watched a lot of switch reviews to find what was the best switch that I could possibly buy. Of course now, I know that it's not a thing, but when I was watching a lot of these reviewers, they talked about how scratchy a certain switch was or how buttery smooth another one was, and I had no idea what the hell they were talking about. So what I did was I got some MX Blacks, one obviously because they're super beloved in this community, but also because I knew that they were really scratchy. And once I tried them, I had a reference point when I was watching the switch reviews, and it allowed me to understand them, getting more value from these reviews. I think that this is a good thing to do, especially if you're new in the hobby. Every scratchy and pingy switch is going to help you to expand your knowledge and become more discerning in your tastes. I also think that this helps people to challenge their preferences, which is something that I try to do, and something that I think that everyone else should try as well. Let me give you an example. I think it's no secret that I like really loud and really high-pitched switches. So I thought I wouldn't like the deep and muted sound signature of the cream sodas. And when I tried it initially, I didn't. But over time, I grew to like them more. If you saw in the sound test I posted last week of them, they sound fantastic in all of my different keyboard builds. And it's quickly become one of my favorite switches. So I think if you like the sound and the feeling of loop switches, it'll be good to sort of challenge your preferences once in a while by using stock switches. And you might be pleasantly surprised. That sort of links into the next reason why I don't loop any of my switches. I feel that looping switches sort of mask the sound signature of a switch a little bit. Generally, what I find is that it tends to make them deeper and a little bit more muted. Obviously, this isn't a problem in itself because, like I said earlier, this is a hobby of preference. But nowadays, with all the sound tests and switch reviews around, and all the information you can find online about different switches, I feel like most people get a certain switch for a specific reason. And a lot of the times, this reason is the sound profile. For example, you might get a clacky switch because it's loud. So that includes switches like the Tungstens or the Zaku or this BBN tactile. Sound test coming soon, by the way. And I just feel like looping over that to change the sound. It's like ordering a Wagyu steak at a restaurant and then drowning it in ketchup. Like, why would you do that? Now, I can hear everyone screaming, "People loop switches for the smoothness." Well, glad you mentioned that because that leads me on to my next reason. Alright, I know that this might freak some of you out, but scratch doesn't really bother me. Personally, I enjoy tactile switches more, and I like some feedback when I type, and I feel like scratch provides that in linear switches. Personally, I feel like a lot of super smooth switches feel kinda weird, because you don't feel anything on the way down, and then all of a sudden, you feel the bottom out. To me, it's honestly like using a butterfly switch, but with more steps. Also, it's important for me to feel something when I type, because I'm kinda in my final year of university right now. I have my dissertation to write, I have a lot of assignments to do, and right now all I feel is pain. So it always helps to spice up my keyboard typing experience when I'm doing all of these assignments, which is great. Now speaking of being in my final year of university, it just takes so much freaking time to loop switches. I know that tinkering is a huge part of the hobby, but like I said, I'm pretty busy, and I don't think that spending 3 or 4 hours to loop my switches is a really wise use of my time. Also, honestly bruh, when I get a switch, I'm normally super excited for it, and I just want to put it in my keyboard and experience it. I don't want to have to go through this ritual of opening every single switch and then painstaking lubing them. Like, nah, it's just not for me. Alright, now I know that might have been a hot take, but get ready for the hottest one of them all. Nowadays, I feel that lubing switches shouldn't be necessary anymore. Okay. I know that all of the keyboard boomers like Black Simon are gonna come out of the woodwork right now and cuss me out. But listen, I understand that in the earlier days of the hobby, it was necessary when you only had Cherry or Gateron or Zio switches, and you wanted to find something to spice up your typing experience even more. But I feel like since then, times have changed, and I just don't think a good switch needs lube anymore. Factory lubing is becoming more and more common. Now I know that a lot of people have complained about it in the past with it being inconsistent, but it seems to be getting better now. I also think that a good switch is one that can be used right out of the box without any horrible spring ping or crap sounds as Maker Mods refers to them, and I feel like nowadays there are a lot of switches that fulfill that. Well, thanks for sitting through that, and those are my reasons why I don't loop any of my switches. Now I want to hear from you. Are you a stock supremacist? Or do you religiously loop all of your switches? Let me know down below. Also, if you hated this video and think I'm an idiot, Is it too late to say it was an April Fool's joke? Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.